Yo, 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 Villain Radio, episode what? No, this episode 4. I'm Rob Villain. Tuesday, day after motherfucking The Last Dance premiered. Oh, actually, no, that was Sunday. Day after 420. I'm still intoxicated from last night. We smoked. I went and got a big old 12-inch fucking rolling papers. So we rolled up 4 of those, bunch of backwoods. So I literally probably smoked about 7 feet of weed last night, give or take. It was good. We were at the house just chilling and shit. It's not like there's anywhere else to go because we're still stuck in fucking Corona land. We'll get into some Corona shit later on in the show. There's some governors going to reopen totally. Some are going to reopen a little bit. And then some places like Chicago canceled everything for the spring and summer. Yo, what up, School'em Jonesy? Next week, Tuesday, 7 o'clock, School'em Jonesy is going to be my special guest host. Hollow Gang Bug will be performing. And I'll be talking shit, smoking weed. Tonight is the first night that I have a guest co-host. I'm going to be having a different guest co-host for the next couple weeks or however long it takes for me to find a good fit. So tonight, we got Lori G in the building as my co-host. We're going to bring her in. Most of you guys that are tuning in know who she is and know what she does around the area. But we're going to let her introduce herself for people that don't know. And so we'll bring her in now. What up, Lori? Ooh, we're having technical difficulties. Hold on one second. Let's see. We can't hear you. So what can we do? Indy, troubleshoot me. It's not a Villain Radio Show episode without technical difficulties. Let's try it again. Guess not. Let's see how I can do this. We're going to go into some music. So if Indy could bring up the unpopular opinion background, I'll go into a song so I get this shit straightened out with Lori's setup, and we'll be good to go on episode 4.
Keep it 2 cents, nigga. This shit always been in my blueprint, nigga. They don't like to get it pops because I'm too sick with it, baby. That's the reason why I never do shit with you. Yeah, keep it 2 cents, nigga. This shit always.
And that was the wrong one. I forgot. I could do it myself. We're going to go into some music. We're going to start off with G. Scott, West Side, Archduke. Let's go.
My brains where I make it to harvest. Every day a headache when you out here starving. Demons calling, BG bought and rode a flight to my brain G foreign. Feel I'm running out of time in a little bit. I ain't even had time for my little bitch. Feel like so much on my mind that I'm dealing with. Play my cards, I'm a star, who you dealing with? Coming up, coming down on the west side. Hit my line, come alive in the nighttime. In the ride, let it ride, then it's peace time. Guess it's all love and war, ain't no peace time. But we're stuck in a reality show, so we tripping to reality gone. The pussy great is how she saved in my phone. Race to the home, race to the pain till it's gone. Hold me, never switched up solid from the rip. Shout it, pop a tab and take a trip. Bust it open, do it on the whole, yeah. Every time I hit, forget to miss. Pillow talking, say that for your bitch. I don't hear the hate, it don't exist. Gary Kelly shots out where I live. Different couches, different nigga cribs. Just another day, nigga, same shit. Chillin' with a dame that you can't get. Shorty give me brain when I lane switch. Still with the same ones I came with. Trust in my living, had the trees lit. Got so many styles, every song like the remix. Girl, you know you come alive in the nighttime. On the west side, west side, west side, west side, west side, west side. Every night reporting live from the west side. West side, west side, west side, west side,
West Side, West Side.
All my youngers going live on the west side.
West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side.
Girl, tonight it's going down on the west side.
West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side.
It's a Chevy Malibu, I'm riding through the late night. It belongs to my mom. Not to pick up shawty, she gon' think that it's a date night. But we bout to get naughty. Harlot, scarlet letter, thoughts on my mentals. A Harvard college level body, your temple. I promise shawty, I'ma try to be gentle. We parked behind Westside, now Westside can hear you. Ooh, hands on the seat, windows down, armors for the feet. Roll the window back up, don't be loud. Pants on the floor, hands on my whore. I mean, girl, fingers in your hair. Girl, I love your curls, love the way you twirl on it. You lean your forehead against mine, and I feel I sweat glance intertwine. My lap is not water because I have Red Sea. Party your legs with the stab that you
I love my baby mama, but she get all on my nerves. I'm swinging around the corner, almost on my man. My turn. I swear I'm not gonna trip on this, so hold on, wait a minute, let me roll up. Thinking about some women and my niggas and them can call her. Things been that cheeky, so I figured that we can squat her. Chop it the whole city, ever sketches in the basement with the candles. Patty cake, metamorphosis, some rare lyrics. His actors, they had a day and then turned to a scary citizen. Hennessy with the know, well, I woke up, I'm very curious. If the text ain't became, well, I hate it, I'm very sure. She be right there when I want it, she be right there when I need it. Dead in the day, but whenever that sun goes down, I can tell you right now that child. Girl, you know you come alive in the nighttime.
West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side.
Every night reporting.
Welcome back. Hopefully, we got everything set up the way it needs to be set up. We'll bring her in again and see what's going on. Let's bring Lori in, Indy, and see if we're in business.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right, cool.
All right. Welcome, Villain Radio Show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Let the people know a little bit about yourself, if you will. Well, whatever you want people to know anyway. We don't want no stalkers anymore anyway.
Yeah, right. Lori G, been around the music industry for like 20 years. Grew up around recording studios. Always been in the local scene. Support everybody. That's about it.
Okay. So as I'm doing this search for the co-host, a couple people commented in the thread to have you come in to see how it would be, and me and Indy had already talked about you, so it kind of worked out perfect. So we're gonna get into the show. I try to have it organized. It's an infotainment show, so to speak. We're gonna get into the reason why everybody's creating so much content right now, because we're in a shelter-in-place order all across the country, basically. And there's been some developments, in the past week or so that real asinine and don't make much sense. Our president, Mr. Cheeto in Chief himself, the one who set forth the guidelines for the stay-at-home order or the shelter-in-place order or the quarantine or the lockdown or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Him and his team set up the guidelines, and each state, the governors, kind of decided how they were going to attack their shutdown and shit like that. California and New York are kind of leading the way. Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, and Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, they're leading by example, which Trump's not doing whatsoever. For somebody who set forth the guidelines to what we should be doing, he came out very quickly over the late last weekend into the weekend, basically tweeting to these motherfuckers to incite riots, basically. I know you had posted something on Facebook about that, Lori. It's just like, it don't make no sense.
Yeah, I don't get what's going on. I know up in Michigan, it was really bad. People are mad because the governors are imposing all these ridiculous laws on people. Of course, we're all concerned about our health and safety. What the fuck is that? But, I don't know. I don't know what really is the right way to go with this whole thing. I mean, it's killing my pocket. Obviously, if anybody knows me, I've been in the bar industry for 20 years. So being out of work has really been stressful on everybody. We all want to get back to work, but you have to weigh the pros and cons, I guess. what's more important, money or health? I'm not sure. But
Well,
I can understand why people are starting to get frustrated, though.
they of course they're gonna put the dollar over anything, especially when it's the like I don't really want to get into the party bullshit, but technically the Republicans has always been about the dollar, you know, and the Democrats have been for the blue collar workers. I mean, but either way, we're gonna get fucked by either one of them. But the Republican governors of certain states are planning to reopen right away on May 1st because Trump came out and said each governor is up to them when they want to reopen, but they could reopen as of May 1st. Sorry, not March 1st. So I know Indiana's going to do a rolling open. I believe May 1st, like barbershops, nail salons, shit like that could open. Then they're going to go into bigger things. I think movie theaters might be included into the first phase, which I'm all for, just for the simple fact that I own a lot of stock in AMC and I've taken a hard hit from it the past couple weeks. But Georgia's governor is opening everything. Like as soon as May 1st comes along, it's boom, we're open. Like I was saying in the opener, Governor Pritzker and Mayor Lightfoot in Chicago, Governor of Illinois and Mayor of Chicago. Chicago has totally canceled everything for the spring and summer. No Taste of Chicago, no Lollapalooza, no Breaks Music Festival featuring 3 6 Mafia reunion. There's so there's so much shit that like what are sports going to do? Like there's if Major League Baseball deems that they're going to open the season late at some point, the Cubs and Sox can't play, or they play in empty stadiums. I didn't read into it too much because it was just like a little blurb. There wasn't a full article on it yet, so I'm waiting to see that. Maybe Indy could find something. Shout out to Indy too because he called off work just so he could produce my show. But
a till for him.
Yeah, yeah, and it. What is it? Your Cash App Nerd Mix Alpha, Cash App Indy, money sign Nerd Mix Alpha. Give him some tips for running the show, or it would really be a shit show if it wasn't for him right now, because I can't exactly do everything at once. But shout out to my brother Il Brown. I might want to bring Il Brown in later if he's available to talk about The Last Dance. It premiered Sunday. I didn't watch it Sunday night. Yes, I did watch it Sunday night. Yeah, I did. Late Sunday night, Monday morning. And I'll probably rewatch it a bunch of fucking times because I've been real nostalgic lately, and that is like the full nostalgic fucking that whole time frame of those 6 championships, even the 18 months that Mike was playing baseball. It was a very good 8 years. You know, you're a teenager, you know. Especially out here.
Walk back in time.
Yeah, exactly. We're streaming live tonight. YouTube.com/NerdMixAlpha. You can find us on Twitch. I don't know his Twitch shit, but it's probably NerdMixAlpha. So we're streaming from my personal Facebook page, Raville. We're streaming from the Villain Radio page. We're streaming from Critical's like page. Google Critical 219. We're gonna be bringing him in shortly for like a little interview type thing. Before we get into his first song, he'll be performing 3 songs a night. I'm kind of stealing Saturday Night Live's format. We'll interview every week's musical guest, then they'll perform 3 songs throughout the night. So we'll be bringing him in a little bit. The breakdown of the show is going to be like a soft intro. We'll bring in the co-host, a little bit about themselves. We'll get into some shit that's went on over the week since the last episode. Play a little bit of music. Bring our first guest in, our musical guest in. Have them perform. Do a little bit more talking. Hurt some people's feelings. Play a little bit of more music. Second performance from the artist. More shit talking, and then the artist will close the show with their 3rd song. So sound off in the comments. How many people were watching that celebrated 420 yesterday, and what did you guys do? like I said earlier, I smoked about 7 feet of weed, and it might have been more, but I didn't. As somebody who smokes every day and as a stoner, I dropped the ball yesterday. I was very, very underprepared. I didn't eat all day, so halfway through the session, we literally smoked for about 4 hours straight. From the time we, like I said, I rolled up those foot-long joints. So from the time that we lit the first one to the time that we put the last one out, and there was 2 or 3 backwoods sprinkled in between the 4 foot-long joints. We smoked for about 4, almost 5 hours. It was a good time. I enjoyed myself. Pause for the cause. I gotta light the backwood. So how was your 420, Lori?
It was amazing. It was a really good day. Definitely smoked out till I was comatose, literally. Woke up feeling groggy as fuck, but it was a good day. It wasn't like a usual 420 that I'm used to. Generally, I'd be on the West Coast somewhere celebrating, but
Yeah, let's not get into the fact that we're kind of stuck here.
we made it happen though. Sometimes you just have to adapt, right?
Yeah, and we've all been adapting to some degree during all this bullshit. But I want to talk about Hollow Gang Bug, who pops into the show every now and again. Usually talks some kind of shit, but he's doing something real good right now. He's out doing a food drive to the non-essential workers and families in need during this global pandemic shutdown here in this bullshit ass state. He's getting a lot of attention for it. He talked to the mayor of Gary today, Jerome Prince, and Gary's going to help out anything because he was having trouble looking for a space where he's going to hand everything out. So it's going to be in Gary. They're going to finalize the spot. It's going to be the 25th, which is Saturday. We'll probably do a special edition of Villain Radio from there, and we'll give you more updates about that throughout the week. I'll be doing probably little special live sets throughout the week whenever I'm bored, because why not create content while we're doing this during this while we're doing this stupid shutdown bullshit or whatever you want to call it. But there we go. There's Indy on the ball. They started out with like a Suburban, and they filled the whole Suburban with shit, so they had to go get a trailer because they just kept accumulating more and more shit. It's all going to go to families in need. If you want to donate anything, you could go ahead and hit the Villain Radio hotline, 219-237-4616. You could hit us up on Facebook, Robville, Bug Hollow Gang, Indy Uchiha, Lori G. You could hit any of us up, and we could get the shit to where it needs to be for the 25th.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's good. It's a lot of people are just taking this time to create content like we're doing, or just fuck around, like. But he's still working. He's an essential worker. He's a truck driver, so he's at work every day. So he's taking time out of his life to make sure that everybody else is going to be straight. The people that are in need, anyway. So I might bring him in a little while to talk about it if he wants to. I'll message him as we bring in Critical for his thing. I'm gonna have him come join me on the couch in a minute. Get into a little interview with him before he gets into his first performance. He's gonna be performing 3 songs a night. I don't know exactly. I think I'm pretty. You're gonna do Arizona first. All right. He's gonna do his newest single. You can find it at every online distribution fucking site. It's on Tidal, it's on Spotify, Apple Music, fucking all that bullshit. Name of the song's Arizona. You'll also be performing Self-Made. What's the third one? And Dying Breed. Dying Breed has an interesting story. That song has a real interesting story, and I'll probably get into that when we bring him over here. Actually, I probably should just do this shit now, so we could get this shit started. So I'll bring Critical over here. Let me move out the way so he could get. Oh, actually, he could talk into this mic. I could talk into the other one. Come on over. Let's get this interview going. I'd like to well, everybody watching knows who he is, but if you don't, introduce to you my brother, Critical 219.
Critical.
tight little couch.
Yeah, it kind of is.
What's up?
And Indy, you can hear both of us, right? Okay. So, welcome to the couch.
Just
For you, some of you guys that don't know, this is my best friend. This is my brother. We've known each other 30 some years. So it's only right that I wanted them to be part of the show for the first performance. I wouldn't have anybody else because it'd be kind of fucking disrespectful as fuck on my part. But what you got cooking up right now?
well, because of all this pandemic stuff or whatever it is, put the rollout on hold because I mean, there's really no place to perform and stuff, and so I have working on that album 11, and it's done. We're stuck not being able to travel to film videos, you know, for the rollout. I mean, as you would know, because you shoot my videos. So, but
For those of you who don't know, we have a theme of just going to Vegas every year and shooting a bunch of videos. We haven't exactly been able to do that right now.
and we were going to shoot Arizona, hence the name Arizona for the beat, which is actually it's actually a pretty good story behind that. The beat is actually produced by a producer named Trizzy, and he put it out on a beat album that he released called oh shit, what's the name of that?
I forget.
Practice is the name of the album. And so I immediately, when a beat comes to me, rhythms, melodies, whatever, I'll jump into it right away. And so that one just kind of spoke up to me. So then I, hit him up, and 4 months later, he gets back to me, and I sent him an instrumental, or I'm sorry, me rapping over his instrumental, and he put like flame emojis, and then I was like, what's good? And ever since then, it was like, yeah, here, do your thing with it, and sent me the contract and everything like that. So we got it popping, and Arizona is the lead off single. I mean, self-made pretty much is, but
Like the
because
B-side.
right, so because like again, I had to have another rollout song. Arizona it is, so that's the song of Arizona. And we couldn't go to Arizona, getting back to what we were talking about, no travel, because I was gonna shoot it in Arizona.
Give us a
So
little time, and we'll get the video to you. Like if everything opens up, Vegas is probably gonna be the last thing to open up. They'll probably shoot for June 1st, just because they got so many people that are gonna be in the casino. Because it's not it's the thing about this thing. It's not that it's gonna kill everybody that gets it. What it is there's not enough ICU beds and ventilators for the people who do get sick. So if one person walks into like MGM Grand in Vegas and has it, at any given time there's about 27 to 35,000 people at the MGM itself. And if they spread it to all those people and they get on a plane and they go home, shit, Vegas could end the fucking world with this shit. But the good thing is we don't need a hotel or anything like that. We got places to stay out there. So soon as travel's back open to our liking, probably within the next month, we'll have the video for you guys, and then the full project shortly after that. And shit,
sorry.
it's been a long time coming too. This album.
Yeah, there's been shit. The name of the album could be 33 because that's how many songs I think. I've done as far as like trying to get the 11, and that's within like a year span. And there's maybe more, but I don't know. I took the top 11 again and just kind of did that. I actually, because I haven't been able to roll anything out per se. I mean, yeah, everything's digitally. Find me at Critical 219, literally just one word, and or I mean, we would have had already the album out already, and we'd be talking about the videos and shit like that. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, just doing that, and yeah, especially in like one of the songs, it says like I've been a long time coming. Kind of took a little hiatus, not intentionally, but unintentionally, about a year there. But everything worked out for the better.
Okay, I'm getting choked by headphones now. Here. I gotta grab these songs, and we're gonna get into his first performance. He's gonna perform. He's gonna perform Arizona first. So let me look for this shit. Even though I should already have it, but I was running late today because I spent my nights under a very nice heated blanket, and it's very hard for me to get up the next day and actually do shit. So there's that. I was late today, but I guess technically I can make my own schedule. But we're gonna whatever that's about. I'm gonna look through this shit. We're gonna play a song, and then when we come back, we'll get into his performance of Arizona, and then not finish up the show, but go on with the show. Let's see what I started the show off with some G Scott. What should I haven't built that playlist yet.
3B
Let me go with some
versus.
all my shit.
Look at ashtray.
Man, just no ashtray today. We're just ashing on the table because I wasn't prepared as usual. You know what? We're gonna go back. We're gonna play some old school shit, some critical shit from his last project. You guys go to fucking SoundCloud, listen, stream, strap, chat like a motherfucker. We're gonna go into one of those songs. What should we do? Golden?
Very underrated. Very underrated.
Yeah, we're gonna go into one of his songs called "Golden." Hold on, before I die.
Performed this at the Breaks Music Festival.
Yeah, Volume 1.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into Golden from Critical. Indy, throw up that unpopular opinion background up, please. Get into the song, and we'll come back with him and Arizona.
Keep it business, I guess, and I play game. I'm on another level, like I'm living on a plane. If you knew it was good for you, you would probably do the same. I got a bigger picture and a bit of in the frame. Stacking my paper like I make a magazine. Bye-bye, hate it, it's too late to believe. You dudes act like bitches, I'ma get you some benzene. No lollipop, cause the boys sitting free. And I'm headed to the top, cause I come underneath. With a finger to an eye, bitch, no Vaseline. In a world full of lies, but the truth is golden. If you look into my eyes, see justice stolen. So you gotta recognize who real up on it.
All right, I just kind of fucked up, but whatever. And you were in front of the camera the whole time anyway. Go ahead and turn the mic on. We're gonna get into Arizona real quick. All right. We're going to bring Critical in. Arizona off the new album 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
never be something that I am not. I could never envy something that I ain't got. I'm like a gangster cause I'm staying about my chop. Moms had the brains and the gangster that was my pops. Grew up in the land where guns and drugs were secondhand. Trying to be the man but getting caught isn't part of the plan. Kept it quiet when they came to ask a question. I'm cut from a different cloth and not in my section. I put my hands together, no stressing up on me in the right direction. It's L's in my life, I'm taking them as lessons. Not today, Satan, you ain't blocking my blessings. I got my own back, like I got two strapped. And they attack, like they about to watch the maniac. No cat, bitch, this is just not a rap. I'm running laps around you fuckers, no fucking trap. You talking loud, pippin', but you are not the pack. You Mickey Mouse, cause your dad was a fucking rat. I ain't never asked nobody for no help, even if I needed it. Tryna get this shit all by my fucking self, cause I gotta feed my kid. Before in jail, who nobody gonna tell. Lawyer said no beating it. Say they got you making sales on the side. Kinda hard to reason with. 1681, yeah. Pops was 16 with a bullet, guess I'm a son of a gun, yeah. They wanna hold something cause they walk into the money and they don't make it run, yeah. They don't wanna see you ball. Hate when you on your feet, but they loving it when you crawl. Rise above the bullshit like shrooms up on the fall. You can keep your little comments, my thoughts are too tough. She been losing all the comments, that's when she seen the car. I'm a son of a comment, my mind was a star. I be blocking off the term, just like a mama rock. I be moving on this work and you be moving at your jaw, yeah. In California roads, I'm bringing you the road. Trying to get this cash and stay away from the law. Gotta get it fast and I ain't talking about them stuff. All about the scratches like I got me a power, yeah. I ain't never asked nobody for no help, even if I needed it. Tryna get this shit all by my fucking self, cause I gotta feed my kid. Before in jail, who nobody gonna tell. Lawyer said no beating it. Say they got you making sales on the side. Kinda hard to reason with. Trizzy on the track. Critical 219. Hey. Find it everywhere right now. It's live on any platform. Critical 219. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Well, there you go. Critical 219, lead single off 11, Arizona. Video coming soon. That's hopefully that went off well to everybody that's viewing. Nobody said it sounded fucked up in the comments. So, all right, we got the motherfucking live performance shit down pretty good. I'm gonna go into a little bit of music in a minute. And then we're gonna come back. Me and Lori talk about some shit. Critical perform another song. I feel like hurting some feelings, so let me play a couple songs and come back and see what I could get into and see who I could piss off tonight.
Nigga hit my line, try to tell me about a lick. I don't talk about it on here, meet me at the crib. Pockets on me and my stomach been hurt. Now I don't even give a fuck how many people in the
Hello, gang.
weird when I went to break them off. Whole thing went south and tried to kill me by the bridge.
Hello, gang. Bug, G Scott, kick door.
Frank said, "What up, Lori G? What up?"
Everybody love me cause my shit cold. Honey, what's running to the end zone, nigga. Kick dope, nigga, this a kick dope. All these in the street niggas better get low. About to lead the whole game with a slit throat. All them niggas that you scared of, bitch, I clip though. All the mission, I ain't missing what it hit from. I ain't tripping, I'ma get it when I clip low, nigga. Everybody love me cause my shit cold. I'm a honey, watch you running to the end zone. I don't sound like Gibbs, I don't sound like Gates. In my own zone, ain't nobody eating on my plate. I don't question all the tension that been building up around me. I've been going so hard since my first take. Got the street behind me, I ain't lying, wanna try me, but that I do up dirty in the worst way. Hit it in the city full of murderers and dealers, now burning off the spitters, put it down, make the earth shake. I ain't never had shit growing up, sleeping in abandoned buildings and nobody show us love. Man, my brother blocked it out, but I remember this shit vivid. This the way that we was living, stay warm, huddled up. All I ever did was try to speak about it honestly. Now everybody wanna make a profit out the prodigy. A real street nigga, but they label me an oddity. I gun your ass down before I ever give apologies. Now they saying I go extra mental when I go off on these instrumentals. Every line is so detrimental, I don't even need no pens and pencils. Killer rappers even disassembled. Breaking them all down, give it a call now, what? Making them all drown, taking them all out, huh? How will me defeat them, leaving these people up in the feet full of evil when I'm feeding the heat up in my beat. A nigga kick dope, nigga kick dope.
Kick dope.
Better get low,
Get low.
All them niggas that you scared of, bitch, I clip low. Pull a mission, I ain't missing what it hit from. I ain't tripping, I'ma get it when I clip low.
You played my favorite song. You know I was gonna rap along with it.
Watch me running to the end zone, nigga. Kick dope, nigga, this a kick dope. All these in the street niggas better get low. I'll lead the whole game with a slit throat. All them niggas that you scared of, bitch, I clip low. All the mission, I ain't missing what it hit from. I ain't tripping, I'ma get it when I clip low, nigga. Everybody love me cause my shit cold. I'm a honey, watch you running to the end zone. Dopest cosigns I ever got. Trilogy really put me in another spot. Rodville really trying to see me at the top. D-Edge feeling me and I ain't finna stop. Canooney and hit both telling me I'm finna pot to beat around the bush. Y'all be leaning out the leader. I be scheming with the millimeter. Eating any season. Got me breathing like a demon. Really feeding for the guap, niggas. Running undefeated out here in this beef shit. Made my own wave. Niggas getting seasick. Hollow gang and it's more than just a prefix. Real T told me kill him on the street shit. Both said young brother do the damn thing. Second chance told me run until you pull a hamstring. Got a couple shows and these niggas started hearing me and I'm apparently the missing piece to the campaign.
Choose to use the stool to throw the shit, now refuse to lose. Cooling, rude, sick, I abuse it. Secluded tools and shit, never soon. Dude, stupid sick. Screws is loose to choose to cruise the strip with the chosen few who's known to use the blitz. Tell the truth and cope and flute the cubes of shit. And amused by dudes who use the stupid bitch. Nigga,
Kick dope,
dope.
niggas.
Kick dope.
All these in the street niggas better get low. Watch to lead the whole game with a slit throat. Pull a mission, I ain't missing what it hit from. I ain't tripping, I'ma get it when I clip low. Everybody love me cause my shit cold. I'm a honey, watch me running to the end zone, nigga. Kick dope, nigga, this a kick dope. All these in the street niggas better get low. Watch to lead the whole game with a slit throat. All them niggas that you scared of, bitch, I clip though. Pull a mission, I ain't missing what it hit from. I ain't tripping, I'ma get it when I clip low, nigga. Everybody love me cause my shit cold. I'm a honey, watch me running to the end zone.
I've been feeling so unfucking appreciated. All the love that was shown to be side mediated. Even though they were smiling, I heard them niggas hate. So I'ma say this shit once to make sure there's no debate. As far as artists in my city, I'm the greatest ever. Step inside the booth and the truth, they never do it better. Back to being humble. Fuck being humble. Lion tiger stripes, bare arms. Welcome to the jungle. Heavy as the head, the crown sits. Let the blue pills like Flash or Crown Dick. Open up your nose, flow dope as Crown Sniff. Beyond sickness, nigga with profound shit. This game shit. Thick bitch, fly ride woods, no quick ditch. Get up off the sticks, you bitch player. I game spit. All these blue apps got you niggas hit too brave, but I just keep my 2 cents leave until I get too paid to see.
Kick Door, Hollow Gang Bug, G Scott. We're gonna get in a couple more before we get back into talking some shit. I'm gonna play since I fucked up the song we were playing, Critical's song off Strap Chat before he performed. I'm playing another one off Strap Chat. It's called Boss. Make sure you go to SoundCloud, Critical 219, Strap Chat. Put it out a couple years ago, but it's a dope project. Go give us some more streams. Go ahead, throw that background back up in there. We're gonna get into this shit. Boss, Critical, 219. You know how we do? And for some reason, my shit's playing backwards. Like, this don't make no damn sense. You ever see that shit? What is that? Yeah, that's weird. So, if anybody has a Pioneer DJ controller, When I press play, it goes backwards instead of forwards. How do I fix that? Anyway, here we go. Critical 2 and 9. Boss from Strap Chat.
Critical, you already know I'm in this bitch like testicles. Pop my greenback vegetables, that comma decimals. Getting dough like music notes, so you can keep that X and O. She want nice whips and nice clothes, but I'm not a Captain Saver. Always stay on my toes, I'm trying to creep. I spent that code, that chatty T. That's no joke, shit on the AC. I stuck to the code while others cheat. Don't trust these hoes far as I can see. They selling they soul, don't belong to me. You do what you told I was born to lead. You do what you told I was born to lead. These dudes are telling fables, ain't none of them plug like cables. They getting out of jail, they jumping on the payroll. With money from the Bay, yo. Set up a couple sales, between their legs they tails.
100.
Snitches.
For real though, for real though.
Mind your fucking business, cause you better off. Think before you speak, cause you're talking to a boss. Tell him mind your fucking business, cause you better off. Think before you speak, cause you're talking to a boss. Tell him
Mind your fucking business and let me go for your fucking business. Cause you better off. Think before you speak, cause you're talking to a boss. Tell him mind your fucking business, cause you better off. Think before you speak, cause you're talking to a boss. Tell him mind your fucking business, cause you better off. Think before you speak, cause you're talking to a boss. Tell him mind your fucking business, cause you better off. Think before you speak, cause you're
talking to a boss. Tell him
some claim that I'm lucky, while others say that I'm blessed. But I just say that I'm hungry, cause I'm getting money, no rest. I'm in the kitchen, it's muggy, and I'ma make me a mess. And I'ma fill up his tummy, and I never settle for less. Hands to the climb, my feet on the ground. She moving silence, don't make a sound, no swears in my circle. And all of us round, head blown on the purple, and none of it brown. Keep your head high and afraid to die. Keep your on the hip, you can get it fried. When we throw this, but I never let you slide.
business, cause you better off. Before you speak, cause you're talking to a boss. Tell him mind your fucking business, cause you better off. Think before you speak, cause you're talking to a boss. Tell him
All right. So, Villain Radio, episode 4, co-hosted by Lori G, who's digging in her purse right now. She don't know she's back live. Her microphone's probably off, so she got to hit the button to bring the microphone back. Yo, shout out to Frank the Butcher. Shout out to Jay Ortiz. Tuning in like always.
Sorry.
No, you're good. As much as I don't want to get into to local music shit, I'm going to for a second, just because Lori G's co-hosting with me, and she's really embedded in the industry out here. So we've had all types of outlets, but nothing's ever really got it done. And the one person who has made it from here did it without the help of really anybody out here, except for a group of a few people that were writing real hard for the team. I've argued that until you could really take over radio in some sort of way, you're going to be stuck here forever, unless you leave and try to get on somewhere else. just for the simple fact that there's no outlet other than that. Like there's nothing that's going to do anything for any artist out here because we're Chicago's redheaded stepchild, so to speak. It's hard for an artist to get known from out here when they're overshadowed by anybody in Chicago and the Chicago scene. Because being in the same region, even though Gary has our own scene and industry, so to speak, and has since like the early to mid '90s, we're still Chicago's little fucking badass brother. So it kind of hampers what artists from here are trying to do. People like Rick Gill, Didda, and Soup were able to coexist and work with a lot of Chicago artists when they are signed with Traxtor Inc. But really, other than that, there hasn't been a lot of people that like even where it was able to get into the Chicago industry. Of course, Father Time too, but he's also like he was born in Chicago. He just like lived out here. But I always argue you need the radio. Do you think that's something that is needed, or is it just still going to be a lottery type thing?
Hey, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm not hearing you in here at all.
Okay, that's what you can hear me, right, Indy? Okay, that's weird. Okay, well, that's how it always goes. Everything's something weird, but we could do. Hold on one second. Hey, Crit, bring me that mic. Laura, you can come out here, and we'll just do the two mics in here. That way, the conversation could run more fluidly, I guess you could say. So you can head out here. She can't hear me, so she don't know to head out here. Finally, there she goes. Okay, Laura G, come join the. All right, there we go. She'll hop on the microphone.
So sorry I missed some of that.
I was just saying, basically, I've always said.
So happy together, each moment with you. My bad.
I'm glad you're not a singer. So I've always argued that no matter how big of a following you have here in Gary or in the 219 region, no matter what, you have to bleed into the Chicago industry. Like you got to get into the Chicago scene, or you're just gonna be stuck here.
Absolutely.
You can pull that to you. I'm talking to that one. And
yeah, I agree with that.
so if we have to do anything, Indy, let us know. Fucking sound wise for her. So yeah.
You guys are actually good. Just move along now.
Thank you. So without getting any type of radio help or promotion, they're just going to be local. Unless something happens like with Fred. Like what happened with Gibbs was like getting struck by lightning type shit.
Yeah.
You know? So it's not going to like all these artists out here, all their music's online already. So if they haven't been discovered online from it, chances are they're not going to be. So that takes you to another medium that you have to jump to get out there. So if online's not going to do it, the only thing else is really radio, because all video shit is basically based online now anyway. So it's not like you're gonna fucking people are sitting at home and you're gonna see you on anything, on TV.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the problem with the area that we're in is there's just not enough people. If you want to get yourself out there, you have to go to places where there's a big market. And here for the local scene, we don't have a big market because there's nowhere to perform. If you want to do a show, you have to go through like so many hoops to do anything. So I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of guys around here don't take it seriously. It takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice and money to get your music out there.
I've made the comment before that even if they did get on most of the people out here wouldn't know what to do when they did get on. Like, and they don't have the work ethic to actually execute once they get the chance.
Yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice.
So like we were talking about when I was originally talking about it, might have been on Link Up, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Indy? But there's so many rappers here that it's hard to have a fan base.
Yeah,
Because so many people see everybody else as a competition. So it's like, how are you gonna deep down, do you want to support the next guy because there's a chance that he's gonna get on before you do?
I mean, I think a lot of that is just being realistic about who's going to make it and who's not. Out of the 500 people that we have out here doing music, maybe 5 are even worthy of going anywhere. So I don't know. I think that we should be supporting people, because if we can exalt one artist that really has the opportunity to make it, then that person has the ability to open doors to get the rest of you there. So you should work together and help each other out.
What artist, if you had the chance to grab any artist and put them out, if the industry came and said, Lori G, give us one artist and we're going to put them on, who would you nominate?
The first one that comes to mind is Bug.
Okay, damn, that's pretty cool, because Bug's not the first one that comes to mind for me.
He's the first one that comes to mind for me that I've heard recently, if we're talking about recent people that are really starting to make their way through. But he's got the whole package to me.
Yeah, if I was in that same situation, I'd have to give to G Scott though.
I'm not really, to be completely honest with you, I'm not really familiar with his music, so it's hard for me.
You need to get to.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I should have gave you some
research.
homework.
I've been out of the loop for a minute,
Now
so you have to excuse me. But
he's very good. Let me see what Scum Jonesy said. Same hustle, new money. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jonesy. D Brown and his whole clique of people, same hustle, new money. They're one cohesive unit. D Brown's leading the charge. He's easily the strongest one out of the bunch. 30 Boy Will's dope too, but is he just same hustle, new money? I don't know how all these affiliations are, because I just don't know. But I like D Brown. Haven't had a chance to connect with him business wise and music and shit like that, but hopefully that'll change too. Scott Brown got a harder shit out. Yeah. Definitely. D Brown, the whole same hustle, new money camp, they drop regularly too. That's what I like about it. But if I had to present a complete artist, it would definitely be G Scott, because when it comes down to it, he could literally do damn near everything by himself. The beats might not be good. Sorry, young Gerald, but he could do everything by himself. And I've been working with him for a long time.
I'll definitely have to check that out.
That's my nephew. He's the one that came up with this whole fucking Uncle Bobby name. No asshole. But we'll see him tonight for the quarantine kickback, special invite only, and that don't mean you or you or you or you. But yeah, it's very, very touchy out here, because everybody's their ego's real huge, but they're really, really sensitive. You can't really give them any creative criticism, because they get offended really fast.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like, oh, you just don't know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, yes, I do.
Or that you're just hating.
Yeah,
it's like, no, you're really.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
Yeah, if you don't like the new banger, then you're hating. I didn't get the invite. Jonesy, you could come if you want. G Scott's coming. But you don't like to come out during the quarantine and mess with regular folk. You're scared of the Rona. Maybe. I don't know. But you're more than welcome to come through. You know where the house is at. Pops off at 10. Just give G the show. Bobby sucks. Well, Indy.
I'm too high.
She's too high. No, but this is Ego's there with the work, isn't it? Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. If artists were given a chance out here, the work ethic is not there because they would it would just make the ego even bigger, and they'll just ride around, be like, "Yo, I got a deal," type shit. Um, if they can't work to get it, they're not going to work to keep it. Is basically is a saying that I would say that I say, but I just came up with it.
And how many people have actually put like time and energy into even figuring out what it takes to do it?
Yeah,
Have you ever been to California? Have you ever been to New York? Have you done your research
they don't
on
even
signing deals,
they don't even they don't know nothing about the business side at all.
marketing and promotion? I mean, there's so much that goes along with it.
They don't.
And if you're
These
not
are
willing,
the same people that will want the beat for free and rap about money on the song, and then not want to pay for the. They try to Jew you down. No offense to Jewish people. They'll want to Jew you down on the price for the design for the cover, and then they'll put it out unmixed and unmastered because they don't realize that that's a whole separate price too.
that's the mentality
They-
about everything out here, though.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck what you're talking
Yes.
about.
They think it's just as easy as I'm gonna record this, I'm gonna put it out, and I'm gonna become a superstar.
Yeah, It's not.
That's it. That's cut and dried how easy they think it is. But the game is very oversaturated to begin with, not only here but globally. So how many hip hop songs get uploaded to SoundCloud every day?
oh my god.
You know, just SoundCloud alone. That don't include any other online platforms. So if you got an artist profile on Spotify, you could just upload your shit to Spotify yourself. So who knows how much bullshit? I mean, it's all bullshit.
Maybe I should just start doing my own music. Fuck it.
I mean, why not? Everybody else does. I mean, the majority of it is bullshit. It's like hitting the lottery. Like I said, like getting hit by lightning. You have a very small chance to make yourself unique enough to stand out from everybody else is doing it. You know, it's very easy. You know, you could go online, buy a $50 interface and record a song. You know, you can pay $10 to put that song out on all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And then you could pay your internet bill so you could, or your phone bill so you go on Facebook and talk shit about everybody that don't support you. Because everybody's like, support your friends. Whatever your friends do, support them. If they make music, share their music. No. If they make whack music, I'm not sharing the shit. Because that's the problem. Just because you can't be a yes man, okay? If your friend is making whack music, please, this is a public service announcement. The more you know, please tell them stop, okay? Get a job. Well, they might be essential worker right now. And asking motherfuckers if they want fries with that. Dropping the mixtape in the bag.
I mean, I'll never hate on anybody for pursuing their passion. I think it's great, but you have to be realistic. I love to sing. I can't sing for shit. I still love to sing though. But I would never try to go in a studio and record something because I know I can't sing.
What do you, as a fan of the scene, what do you think a fan can do in order to help whatever artist they're trying to help? Is there more a fan could do besides purchasing, sharing, you know, showing up to concerts to support? Like, what else can a fan do you think? Or do you think it's just cut dry, just the basic things that fans usually do?
Yeah, I'm not sure that they can do a whole lot unless they have connections to somebody. I mean, it's cool to have fans, but local people aren't going to get you to where you need to be. So I wouldn't be focusing on those fans. I'd be focusing on going international and starting that way. Because I'm not sure that anybody around here, I mean, yeah, we can share your music, buy your merch. I wear all your guys' stuff all the time, everywhere. And people do ask me questions. hey, who is that? What is that? Whatever. I recognize that. And that's cool, but you can't depend on the fan. They're not the one that's going to make or break you.
Yeah, because fans are real finicky. Music fans nowadays, their attention span is really
There's too much
short.
out there.
Yeah. So
I
like,
can't possibly keep up.
like back in the day, that just makes me feel old saying that. But an artist would put out an album. No matter what genre it is, it could be rap, it could be country, it could be rock, whatever, and they would tour and promote that album for 2-3 years.
Hmm.
Maybe 3-4 years, depending on how many singles were on the album and who that artist was. But now we're routinely getting projects from artists every 6-8 months, maybe even sooner.
That's technology.
Yeah.
If we wanted to see videos or hear music, we had to watch MTV on the Friday or Saturday night. You can just get on YouTube and see like literally 5 billion videos, and it's random. So it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, that's kind of why we started. We have Keisha Cautious who does her Ear Hustling show on Fridays, and she does it on a different platform than we do, but it's live on Facebook, and she plays a lot of videos from local artists and stuff like that. Um, Everybody said, a lot of people, well, not everybody, but a lot of people say that if you come together, you can do it. Strength in numbers, stuff like that, which is kind of true. But when you got so many people doing the same thing, it's hard to get them to put everything behind, and you don't even got to put it behind one person. If somebody comes out, drops a single, Critical dropped Arizona, all streaming platforms, search Critical 219 Arizona, you could buy it. It's like what, 99 cents or $1.29, whatever. If there was if everybody in the industry in the 219 joined like a record pool, and every time one of us put out a single, not even an album, just a single, because really you don't need to be putting out albums anymore. If you're putting out shit, if you're not a mainstream artist, they don't even need to do it either, because they still put out 20 songs and fucking half of it's bullshit or more. So if you put a single, and we have, and I'm talking about the whole industry community out here, the rappers, the singers, the producers, the studio owners, the the artists, whatever, promoters, whatever, DJs, all that shit, all of us, and even some fans, even fans. And if everybody was like, "Oh, Critical's dropping a single, we got fucking 8,000 people in this group, and they all drop it, that's $8,000." And if the next artist does it, it ain't shit for us to spend $1, but nobody will do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just stream. I'm kind of guilty of it, because I won't buy hard copies because I have no way to play it. I have my computer does not have a CD drive.
Hmm.
For a long time, I thought my car did, because there's no CD drive in my car. And I'm like, all right, the screen of my car pops out the motherfucking dashboard. So I was like, there's nowhere to put the CD. Then I was going through the glove box the other day, and there it is. It's a glove box. So, but
We still got guys out here selling them though.
oh yeah.
$5.
Strax in downtown Hammond. This guy would not stop. He's like, no matter what I told him, he's like, just cash at me 30 cents. I'm like, I don't know about all that. So anyway, I was like, I'll cash at you $3. He's like, here's 4 CDs.
Vegas is the worst for that shit.
So tell me why all 4 CDs were blank. But he didn't accept the Cash App thing, so I stopped my little $3 payment.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. But it's gonna be hard. I mean, if we would all support each other, we could have a self-sufficient industry out here, where everybody could do it damn near professionally. We have little venues. People do things at the Link or the Loft or whatever you want to call it. People do shit at the Voodoo. But we don't have a bigger venue. We have local bars, and even people don't come out to that. So the last time we even had a place where we could do good big shows was when, whatever you want to call it, whether it was Jim Beam Warehouse or
Oh yeah,
Big Shots
yeah.
or whatever it was before.
And there it was hard
Warehouse.
because the cops were still harassing everybody.
In the beginning, when we started, they weren't. Like we got a good 2 years of shows, and it all started with a show that me, DJ Double E, and David Costa did.
I remember.
And that started like a year and a half to 2 years of perfect shows.
Yeah.
No.
That was a good time for us.
Yes. We never had no incidents.
Well, people
or
hadn't
nothing
ruined
like
it
that.
yet. That's what I was just going to say.
Exactly.
People hadn't ruined it yet.
And it was all good until that time Twista got pulled over on the way to his performance there.
Yeah.
And after that, it started going like.
That's the problem out here, though. A lot of people want to go support, but they're afraid to go to certain venues because of safety issues.
That one, the white people felt safe going to because it was in Valpo or South Haven or whatever the fuck that area
Shit,
is.
I didn't feel safe going out there.
So
and Porter County cops are a motherfucker.
People don't think about that if they're coming from out of town, but it's kind of too far.
Yeah,
like
it was not a good location
all the way out there.
It wasn't.
So,
but every time we try to do something out this way, or somebody gets a building, the cops try to shut us down. So it's kind of like, or excise shows up. It's hard.
Nor no sand at the beach before the Twista thing. Well, I wasn't a part of that, so that's why I didn't mention it. I was talking about the string of stuff that we did, but yeah, Rev, Big Rev, Indy, and their whole group of people that were putting on shit. They did a lot of things there at the warehouse. It was the perfect venue too,
Yeah, it was a good setup.
It had, the lower level had the stage and the bar and all the shit in front of the stage, and upstairs had what they had was the VIP area that looked down onto the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good venue. Like if you could just build that same, the Forge is set up like that in Joliet. The Forge is just about like the same layout. Damn near.
What was that spot down in Knapp that everybody did? Emerson Theater?
Yeah, Emerson. Yeah.
I think, did they close that down?
I don't know. I don't like Knapp enough to like go down there and do anything unless it's like with like a big artist. Definitely not going to go down there to do a bunch of shit with a bunch of local Indianapolis artists, because Indianapolis is. It might be a little bit better now. I haven't been there. Like I've been in California like the last almost 7. Well, I was out there for like 7 years, so I haven't been there for like 4 years. But Indianapolis, like forever, was like the most culturally devoid city in America. It's just like so bland, So it's like
different.
Yeah, it's definitely not like.
It's a different vibe. When I was going down there for shadow shows, and Rick Jill was doing stuff down there for a little bit, and I would walk into those clubs and just be like, the fuck is going on in this place? Like it was just very confusing to me, because it wasn't like what we're used to back home.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're kind of close to Chicago. We have a vibe out here, like we have a style about us up here that's a little bit different. So it was interesting. Not to say there's not any talent, because there is talent down there. I've heard it.
Yeah, there's talent all around the state, but fuck everywhere in the state.
I think really what it comes down to for this area,
because they hate us all.
The population is too small. There's not enough people here. I don't care if every single person came out and supported something. Look at the demographics around here.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers.
Exactly.
The population is small.
It's yeah.
Even for restaurants, any small business to survive in this area, I don't care what type of business you're in, is going to be hard around here, because there's not a lot of people.
Yeah, I got the studio and opened the studio I did a soft opening for like the Inner Circle, but the Inner Circle is kind of bigger than the Inner Circle usually is. About a week before this little pandemic thing. So I haven't been booking studio time, so it's not paying for itself. So it's just small business owners have been crunched, and it's like I don't got the paperwork to back. They're like, oh, if you want to qualify for any of the assistance that we're giving small business, let me see what you did last year and shit like that.
Oh, it's all kind of loopholes.
So new businesses that have been open that haven't filed taxes yet at all for your business, you could have been open the last 11 months and 29 days, but you didn't have to file taxes, so you're not going to get no help.
Yeah.
And those those are the ones that got that are going to get crunched. They passed today. Well, they didn't pass. They started pushing through with bills like $450 billion for small businesses and shit, because like the Paycheck Protection Program say that shit 3 times real fast. I'm not even going to try it. I'm high. It ran out of money like last week, real quick, you know. But
I don't know what to believe. I don't believe any of the shit they say.
I'm still waiting for my stimulus. They said it was.
I ain't got my
accepted.
shit yet either.
They said it was accepted, so we'll see what happens. Because I don't even want to spend it. I just want to put it away. As soon as this shit's over, I'm out of here for a week.
Right.
And I'm using that money. We're just going to go to Vegas. We're going to go to Vegas and Arizona and shoot as many videos as we can in like for 3 days. We're going to go for like 3 days and just shoot. We're going to leave at like 4 or 5 o'clock one day, and then we're going to come back like 4 days later. We're going to leave at like, it'll be what? Tuesdays. We'll leave Monday afternoon, evening, and then come back fucking Thursday night. Shoot as much shit as we can and fucking have a ball, because there's so much fucking shit built up in everybody. Like, that's the thing. Like, everything is going to open. It's going to be fucking chaos.
It's going to be crazy.
Like, the
I'm
lines
nervous.
are going to be crazy. It's going to be like Black Friday. Like, people are going to try to rush to the mall, you know, because...
I think there's going to be a lot of fights
Yeah. there
at the
might be.
bar. No, I
Oh,
think
at the
so.
bar?
Because I
Oh,
think there's
yeah.
going to be a lot of
Yeah.
testosterone going around.
There might be, but you could say you could be worried about people that haven't been drinking for a while and get real fucked up real quick.
No, you know who
But
I'm worried
everybody's
about?
fucking drinking like a motherfucker.
That's what I'm worried about. The motherfuckers are going to come to the bar and be like, this drink's not strong enough, and I'm going to have to listen to complaints all night.
Oh yeah, because they've been making their own drink for the last fucking month and a half.
They're like, you're not pouring that heavy enough, and my tips are going to go down.
All I know, when it reopens,
I can't wait.
I will be at the VU
Come spend your money with me.
drinking. She's not at the VU.
No,
so
I'm not
you'll-
at the VU.
You'll have to tell them
I'm at
where you're at.
Norton's.
So,
I'm in Norton's right now,
so
but yeah, I'll let you guys know.
where's Norton's?
Lake Station. So when you're done at the VU, you can come see me.
Well, I closed the VU down, so I have to go there first.
I'll stay open.
Oh, that's good to know. There you go. Especially, yeah, but I can't wait. I'm gonna get pretty fucked up. I already know that I'm probably gonna be sick. I'm gonna go buy a bigger garbage can for the bedroom just in case. Get my Pedialyte ready. Like it's I'm going all out.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
So, yeah. What up, True? True said, okay, yeah. Well, True is giving Lori compliments.
Thanks, buddy.
She fine as hell. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
You've been complimented. I'm gonna get into a song, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into Dying Breed with Critical. I'm gonna play. I can't say he's a local artist because he's worldwide, and
It's a fucking local legend.
the song
Okay.
who?
Crit.
Oh, I wasn't talking about him.
Oh.
I'm talking about the song. I'm talking about the song I'm about to get into.
Oh,
I'm gonna play a song now and then get into Critical's performance when we come back. But the song I'm gonna play now, it's off Westside Gunn's new album that came out last week, Pray for Paris. Song I'm gonna play is called 500 Ounces. Freddie Gibbs, Westside Gunn. There's somebody else on it, but I don't know. It don't really fucking matter if you got Fred and fucking Westside on there. So she only likes producers who are better than Jesse Black. Damn.
that's what's up. I love Jesse Black.
Whoa. But Indy, throw up the background. We're gonna get into this song. Critical come back, play he'll perform Dying Breed. We'll get on with the show. Villain Radio Show. Rob Villain. Let's go.
Yeah. Change right. Check. Yeah. Check. Yeah. My check. Yeah. My check. Yeah. Check. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time since I tasted working that hot plate, cooking in my homeboy basement. And Lambo knocked the coke off the table, that nigga wasted. I showed him the new straps, the AK with the green laser. I'm on some street shit, my baby mama tweet shit to stir up my haters. I'm like, why she wanna stick me for my paper? But fuck it, that's life, it's what you make it. One day you gon' meet your maker. Kobe died, I swear a nigga might cry when I watch the Lakers. Damn, all our mamas would watch us, boy, we was neighbors. But how you look a nigga mom in the face when you shot her, baby? I got skeletons in my closet right next to Balenciaga. Call me Fred DiBiase, garage is $1 million, my nigga. Yeah, it's just the way that God be playing this shit. I drop a load and take a load off, that's load management. And last lap, I dropped the hoe off and bagged the Spanish bitch. Put out the dick, she snort the coke off. I'm living lavishly, yeah, okay. Bitch, nigga, you know what it is, baby. Yeah.
Tell you from the go, tell you from the get-go. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta go. Ain't no L's in my jacket. The Mac 11 hit your melody, crack it. Ain't no pass for that in that medicine cabinet. No, can't mess with whatever's in that gelatin tablet. 10 metal fragments to flip your skeleton backwards. What you seen after that was blackness. This ain't no backpack shit. These slacks have a brick. Bet you need these back a bit. The trench has cactus pants. The seats in the Benz, Lenny Kravitz skin. Get your cabbage split. It don't matter what establishment. We in this shit the fuck out. Always get the biggest chicken wing. You won't get to eat on one on your ring. At least 100 G's, the links underneath the mint. Yellow Bugatti look like a bumblebee. Compressor on the front to muffle the heat. The submachine gun and come with the beam. Amongst other things, it's unseen. You run with me, you need sunscreen cream. See him covered in bling. Blame motherfucker, ain't no shade even under the trees. The monkey swing. The murder want money green. I'm running the company like a truck ring. Living comfortably off a gut instinct that fell upon me once I was done with the streets. You still skeeting puppy pee. Let me bring you up to speed. You get your wig spun like a tumbleweed in Belize. I get on the beat and bleed. Sacrifice a living being to please deities. Then with VVs flood the big Nefertiti, please.
I had the Rusty 45, I had the Mag 2. You hang with a rat, you a rat too. You shipping on the big, back it up. That's my rib. You take a shift, I take a shift. Your face come, raise my kids, take my phone, keep the links going. You never bust a brick open. 12 bags was bagging, flagging Rick Owens over. Pots hand me some ice. He left the fridge open. I'm trying to see my kids grow up. Y'all niggas ribs showing God made light. Don't drink a bond on my air like day and night, day and night. While your niggas you take your life. Eastside niggas will never change, never change. Brick come through and spill your brains. Boom, 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 boom. Since I since I since I since I
Critical Dying Breed from the forthcoming album 11.
I know it's been a long time. I know the hate gon' spew. So I'm here to check in like a blue sign do. Guess that saying is true. Cause I ain't never running high. Sometimes you don't see the chef cooking up the food. Bitch, critical trill. Never stood still. Always went for it. Never took a meal. I'ma give it chills. You ain't take a pill. Hit my name in a lil. Cause I'm a big deal. Keep it small talk. I'm rolling on big wheels. I know you was all about. Cause you got a big grill. Bitch, you a pop talk. And you ain't even full meals. I know you just act the part. Cause you ain't even full real. Play smart. You get handicapped like mentally ill. I'm the shit. You a little sharp and that's on trill. You sitting bitch. Cause you a little bitch. Get treated like a middle child. You third wheel. Cause I'm the last of a dying breed. The streets is talking, but I will not tell you anything. If I get caught, I will color, let the money speak. I'm the last of the dying breed. Rather live up on my feet than die on my knees. The streets is talking, but I will not tell you anything. If I get caught, I let up, cause I let the money speak. These boys are snitching, they talk like bitches. I call them Bridgets, these pups is kittens. All night they ditching, all in their feelings. Who is he kidding? Hanging to itching. I'm on my business, I talk in digits. I'm in the kitchen, you look slim. You full of gimmicks, yeah boy you fibbing. Say free, who did it? Y'all got the game backwards, hit the club, my niggas just after the fact, these acts don't matter. You get to move up on the ladder, streets all I don't need look a bladder. You snowman, I got a chatter. I be on go, red like a rose, make never froze, drink by the rose, drink by the boat, but you get burned like a stove. Yeah. You didn't know, cause nobody told, we keeping it low, bumping the most, folks on my back, just as close, everyone knows that I'm the last of the guy breed. Rather live up on my feet and die on my knees. The streets is talking, but I will not tell you anything. If I get caught, I let up, cause I let the money speak. I'm the last of the dying breed. Rather live upon my feet and die on my knees. The streets is talking, but I will not tell you anything. If I get caught, I let up, cause I let the money speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Critical 219, Dying Breed from the forthcoming album 11. Go ahead and put that background back up for me, Indy. I'm about to play one more song before we get back into the show. Another local legend goes by the name of Vision. Shout out to Vision. I know he's watching, so this from Drunken Church album, Rooftop Sermon. This is Villain Radio.
Hit it.
Villain Radio. Technical difficulties. Because I believe Rob Villain right now in the background is bobbing to some music, but you guys aren't hearing the music. But let me take this time to tell you guys about NAG. THC infused for you and your lady. She ever gave you problems going in the back door? After she gets a sample of it.
Oh my God. So, okay, I didn't know we were having technical difficulties, so let's get back into what I say we were going to play. Vision, Rooftop Sermon from Drunken Church.
Trouble so hard, ooh Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God.
Naked on top of the building, I'm yelling. Move all the women and the children, I'm jumping. I don't wanna do it, Lord, I'm afraid of heights. Maybe that's why I'm scared to fly, but if I jump now, then I won't feel nothing. Heartbeat thumping, adrenaline rushing. Wind in my face, but I can't feel nothing. Close my eyes, gotta dream about something. Something ain't right. I can feel it like in the air tonight. I can smell it like bacon on the grill. I just talk loud, but the words I man kill, and the words I man still declining in my face, cause we refuse to separate faith from faith. And what it is we need from what it is we covered, I'd agree. Got you fucking trying to be my enemy. Just look at the way that they treat you now. You ain't got money, buddy, freedom ain't ringing. Land that I locked up, home of the slaves. Too late now, the fat lady singing. Color of creed, don't matter to the malice in the heart of the wicked. Protest the picket, words that get broken in vain for the hopeless. I hope this from the air they can notice. What I wrote down ain't about rich or poor. I wanna know why they try to bullshit a war. Killing all my people, now they wanna push for more. Pushing what's really reality out the door. Media got a stranglehold with a noose. Poison for the brain, cause they wanna kill the truth. But you can only hide the wrong for so long till the chickens come home. The roots and get it on. Malcolm X said it best, why they put him to rest. I ain't scared, bitch, give me liberty or death. Tell me what's next, cause all I have left is a pocket full of change and a shank on my side and the will to do whatever, cause I'm fresh out of pride and I'm fresh out of patience. And I ain't never lied, I'm just so sick of waiting. If we all gon' die, baby, let me go blazing. Maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm tripping. I can't see straight, I don't know which way is up. I just wanna go, I just wanna be like the birds in the sky. I don't wanna jump, I just wanna fly. I can't feel nothing. Close my eyes, gotta dream about something don't fit. Everything now is just glitter and glitz. Brand new image with a demographic niche. Got you stuck on stupid trying to get another fix. Legal dope dealers got commercials on the TV. Talk about anything wrong, come and see me. Legs full of restless, we got something for you. But side effects could include death, I implore you. Stop thinking about what it is you need when you need to start thinking what you could do without. See, they bank on the fact that your ego is intact. Praying that you greedy, stabbing people in the back. Gotta keep up with the Joneses. Need a bigger home, so you taking out loans you would never pay back unless you selling your soul. A seller 26 and drove laced in gold, so now the foreclosure rate is raising like a sunny grape. And you can't get a bailout cause you ain't a bank. And you can't get a job cause they ship them overseas. But you better pay your taxes, getting raped ain't free. Try to break free and get labeled a misfit just because you don't wanna be a statistic. Newsflash, baby, ain't no changing the game. Better play your cards right and pick the war with your brains. Maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm tripping. I can't see straight, I don't know which way is up. I just wanna go, I just wanna be like the birds in the sky. I don't wanna jump, I just wanna fly. I can't feel nothing, close my eyes, gotta dream about something. Looking up the sky, cause I feel like I'm walking with no purpose. Like I'm just taking up space on the earth's surface. It still hasn't hit me that I don't have my gypsy and I'm numb from the alcohol and drugs. And I can't stop spinning like a hamster.
All right. So, I don't know what happened, but something happened. Anyway, we're back. Lori G, Robville, Frankie the Butcher in the building. Critical 219 is getting ready for his third song that we will play in a little bit. I wanted to bring Bug on, but he never got back to me. I'm going to bring him in and we're going to do a special episode, like I said, on Saturday while he's doing the food drive. We'll get the location to you guys. So we're going to be doing next week, Skolm Jonesy, co-host, Hollow Gang Bug, musical guest. The week after that, the musical guest will be D-Edge, legendary D-Edge. I haven't found a co-host for that show yet. I just did. On May 14th, the show where D-Edge performs. Oh, actually, hold on. Was it? No. Let me go back. Next week is Hollow Gang Bug. The week after that is G. Scott. The week after that is The Edge. The The Edge show will be co-hosted by Critical 219. I think I might bring Frankie the Butcher on to be a co-host one day with G Scott. Yeah, when G Scott is G Scott's performance day, which is 2 weeks from today, Frankie the Butcher is gonna be my co-host. So, Frankie the Butcher and me go way back, like a long time. Oh, School Jonesy, I'm the only co-host you need. Well, we're about to see next week. I think me and Jonesy gonna be able to go back and forth pretty well too. Fucked up Indy not performing. Indy, you we still have to plan. You push your album back. When your album's about to come out, we'll interview you and give you a performance here on the Villain Radio Show. But when who's gonna produce the show if we're interviewing you? Because you got to be here for the interview. So no, but I can produce it. We'll figure it out. But so we're gonna have Hollow Gang Bug coming up, The Edge, G Scott. I'm gonna reach out to a couple other people. I haven't really even reached out to anybody yet, so I'm not worried about anybody being saying, "Oh, I don't think I want to do it." Like G Scott stopped by the studio earlier, and I was like, "Hey, in 2 weeks you're about to perform." So I didn't really give him a choice. I'd knock on this motherfucker's door and just fucking with my mobile setup and be like, "Hey, we doing this show from your house, motherfucker." But it's been a weird month and a half. As weird as this whole shelter in place thing has been, or whatever you want to call it, I haven't really been sheltered in place. I've still been pretty much living life as I was before it all started, with this exception of not being able to buy anything I want.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much same for me.
I found that today I could buy stuff at Best Buy online and go pick it up, pop the trunk, to put it in the trunk and shut it, just drive off. Like you don't gotta talk to them or nothing. Boom, they drop it in the trunk. Boom, you're gone. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna buy some stuff at Best Buy. Definitely. Just because I need to buy something.
I can't wait to go shopping. I'm really excited about that.
I can't wait to go on vacation. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
They
definitely
drove
ready for
my
that.
SD card out on a remote control car. Did they really, Indy? So Indy's saying that he bought an SD card from Best Buy, and he's outside waiting for it, and they drove it out on a remote control car. That's pretty dope. Like, how they should bring a drone out, just drone right by your window, grab it from the drone.
That's coming soon.
Hey, they can't do that though, because I'll steal the drone. Even though they'll be able to find me, I'll steal the drone. I'll somebody else be like, "Hey, I'll give you the cash if you buy this shit on your card, so I go pick it up." And then I'll just pull the drone in the car and leave.
Yeah.
Give me
We'll
a drone.
be shooting them out here.
I could order a new controller. That's kind of fucked up. Whatever. I've been you notice once the stimulus check started hitting, all the 5G posts went away?
Yeah. I try not to pay attention to that stuff, but yeah, I did. But it's stupid. 5G has nothing to do with.
Are you a conspiracy theorist?
Sometimes. I can be.
What are you a conspiracy theorist about? I'm interested.
I think the government had everything to do with 9/11. I believe that.
Okay.
I mean, if you do your research, you can see all kinds of stuff throughout history where they've purposely done things and set people up, and it comes out after the fact many years later.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do I trust the government? No, I don't. Not at all.
I don't think you should trust the government, but yeah, I don't play into the whole conspiracy thing. I mean, some of them have came true over the years, of course, but for the most part, these people are fucking stupid as shit.
I mean, do I think being constantly exposed to frequency all the time probably is not good? But that's with anything. Your microwave.
Yeah, and that's
any type.
That's the
your
same,
router.
Yeah.
Your internet thing.
Your power cords that.
Yeah, it all gives off radiation.
I just wanted to say I'm really upset right now because I just went on a whole rant about Trump, and because I called him orange, YouTube rejected my comment.
I didn't even see it.
Because you called him orange?
Because I called him orange, they wouldn't let me post the comment. It says YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit.
Okay, try Cheeto and Chief.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, see what happens.
That's crazy.
When Indy comes on with just his voice, it's kind of like it reminds me of. I didn't watch the Power Rangers like that, but I know there was a guy that talked to them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And that's what Indy reminds me of when he comes in without no video shit. He just does the little.
Well, he
voice
kind of has that Barry White tone going on.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, wait, are we going into a porno, or are we like, is that God talking to me?
I sound like I should be bug sized, but then I'm smaller than G. Scott.
What's that one actor that does all the voiceovers?
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, that's gonna be him.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, young.
You could do a lot of voiceover work when you get.
I think you should look into voiceover work. You have a nice voice.
Yeah, Indy, my good friend Vision said, "Stop being racist, Indy. Why are you being racist?"
I love white people. I just don't like orange people.
Like I was talking about that the other day. Somebody like the Power Rangers and like that Dragon Ball Z shit and all the what's the other one? The Pokemon shit. Like that was I missed that whole wave by a couple years. So
Yeah.
people be talking about it and shit. I'll just be like, I don't know none of that shit. Like I don't know nothing about it. I know that the Green Ranger was the coolest nigga because he fucking he's the outspoken one on social media still, you know. What's his name, Indy, the Green Ranger?
Jason David Frank, aka Tommy Oliver, aka the Green, White, Black Dino, Red Zeo. I can keep going.
You could, yep, Indy's a little younger than me because if I was his age, I might know that shit too. But like, I didn't really. That wasn't in my that wasn't my generation.
Yeah.
I watched shit like the normal Saturday morning cartoons, you know, like fucking Thundercats, He-Man, shit like that. I didn't get into any of that. I'm gonna call it weird shit because to me it's weird. I don't need a bunch of fucking nerds attacking me or dweebs. Hey, my man Indy he got called a dweeb by who called you a dweeb? Was it fucking what's that dude's name?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Donut Man. Let's call him Donut Man. James Worthy called Indy a dweeb in a comment thread. It was a comment thread right on Facebook in a post.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite my tongue.
And then he called him a dweeb, so Indy went like threw dweeb on anything. Like he's getting dweeb shirts, he's getting dweeb bucket hats, like he's branding it out. And meanwhile, James Worthy looked like a sprinkled donut.
Yeah, I like that. I like what you did with that.
And he was quick with it too, because he was throwing this shit in group chat as the comments were building on the post.
I'm gonna buy some.
I need any producers listening right now.
Yo, literally. I don't know if you can see that.
I see it.
I just sold a dweeb extra large hoodie and a white t-shirt for $50 while we were doing this podcast.
I like that.
That's love right there. But I'm trying to will into existence. Hey, you know what? I did watch MASH. I watched MASH. I watched Cheers. I you know what? I didn't necessarily watch Family Ties. I was a Michael J. Fox fan, so I watched it here and there. Imagine if Alex P. Keaton was a real person in real life, how happy he would be that Trump's president. That's shit. Alex P. Keaton might have been president before Trump. Holy shit. I didn't think about that. If Trump won, fucking Alex P. Keaton could have won. All in the Family. What up, Jen? Shout out to Jen.
Hey, Jen.
One of my favorite waitresses from the VU.
I love her. Been friends like our whole life.
Yeah, I watch.
She's down for the cause. You should have her on here one day.
Yes,
she's been around music just as long.
She's been around all of it too. Yeah,
she was a really big supporter. You know, getting shows. She was great at promotion. That's her thing. You want somebody to push your shit? Get a hold of that girl because she's everywhere.
I used to watch, all the old school shows. A lot of shit that I watched with my grandparents and shit. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents.
Yeah, it was like back in the day. If you
Yeah.
were poor, you had one TV.
Exactly.
So
And
it
you
was
watch
like-
whatever. The oldest person in the house controlled the TV.
Exactly, or when your dad came home, that was it.
Exactly. So
I watched
it's like I used to watch All
Knight
the
Rider.
Family. Yeah, Knight Rider. Oh yeah, I used to watch Knight Rider.
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. I used to watch Golden Girls. As you can see, my shirt.
What was the one with the where they were like on another planet and they had the robot?
Lost in Space.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Netflix rebooted Lost in Space not too long ago.
That
like
was a
like
great
year
show.
year and a half ago. I haven't watched it. Go ahead and
Danger,
Got that.
danger, Will Robinson, danger.
yeah. There you
Tales
go.
from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt.
That shit used to freak me out.
Yeah. Well, I know a couple cokehead bitches that look like the Crypt Keepers. But this is fucking Northwest Indiana.
It's everywhere though.
It's everywhere. Exactly.
In y'all's defense, it's everywhere.
I need to smoke. Jen, yes, Mork and Mindy. Also, like what else did I watch? I watch weird like a lot of shit with my grandparents, like Hill Street Blues with my grandma.
Yeah.
I used to watch
Dynasty.
Dynasty, yes.
Obviously, Golden Girls.
I watched a lot of soap operas because I got suspended a lot in school. So my mom's like, we had one TV. My mom's like, you're watching what I'm watching. So I watched a lot of like ABC fucking soap operas. Like
that shit.
I was addicted to like One
bad.
Life to Live and like General Hospital.
How much do those people make?
Not a lot,
because it's horrible.
They didn't make a lot, but they like if you were like a Susan Lucci, or like a top tier actor on a show like that, you probably made $1 million, maybe 1.5, maybe 2, but they made easily 6 figures.
Yeah, you have to have like no acting skills at all.
But it's a guaranteed weekly paycheck because they don't get no hiatus. I think there's like 2 weeks a year where they wouldn't air like that, but every day, Monday through Friday, there's there you go. There's another episode. But that industry, the whole soap opera industry, daytime TV, really fucking changed in the last 5 to 10 years. Like I don't even know if there's a soap opera on TV like that now. I know they were doing General Hospital and shit like that, like streaming.
No,
but
it's still on.
I think the NBC ones are on. I think like Days of Our Lives or some shit's on. But
as the world turns,
I watched a lot like Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, and then I moved to California for a while and I worked on the first season of the OC, which was like the next generation of the new generation's 90210 type thing.
that was the one in like Huntington Beach or something like that.
Yes.
Mhm.
So like I got into a lot of shit like that because my mom watched all that shit. It was either watch it or watch nothing, So
I was an outside kid.
I was an outside kid too.
I didn't watch a lot of
'Cause I
TV.
didn't. Look, my mom commenting right now. General Hospital's still on. Oh, there my mom. My mom fucking hi mom. I'm not coming to see you until you get your corona test results back. I love you though. I literally watched. You know what, Jen? Listen to this. A week and a half ago, I found out that you could sit on Netflix and watch Jeopardy, and I sat there for like 6 hours and watched Jeopardy. And as I'm watching Jeopardy, I'm yelling out answers because I have like tons of useless knowledge in my head. And for a while, sometimes I'm like, where do I get this shit from? I have no idea how I know this. Then I remembered I used to watch Jeopardy all the fucking time as a kid. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Oh,
with my
everybody's grandma
Like-
watched that shit.
like when they used to have family week or whatever, like if me and my grandma would have went on Wheel of Fortune, we would have fucking killed all week. Like we would have won and won and won, and we're like, oh god, because one of us would complete the phrase or whatever before it was solved. So it was dope. It's and I've been real nostalgic lately, like I was saying before. I've been watching a lot of 80s shit. I don't know if it's because I'm about to turn 40 this year or what, but I've been real nostalgic. So I've been rewatching a lot of shits from the 80s.
There's a lot of good movies.
Yes,
in the
yes, keeps the
80s.
mind going. Jeopardy really does. Yes, Wheel of Fortune. Yes, my grandma loved that shit, and my grandma loved Criminal Minds. Like me and my grandma would sit there and just watch Criminal. Because once my grandma found out that I could like download stuff from the internet and she could watch it, she would make a list, and she'd be like, "Download this." So I got her a laptop that I could just hook up to her TV, so she could watch the shit, So I would download, even though she had watched Criminal Minds, I downloaded like the first 3 seasons, and she could just watch them over and over and over. So she thought that was pretty cool. There's shows like that. I don't even watch shows on TV like that anymore. I don't think.
I think what makes it so.
I think all the shows that I watch are like would be like pay cable shows. I mean, no, you know what? Guilty pleasure. I still watch Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
So I watch Grey's Anatomy. But I catch up with that on Hulu usually because it's on like
you can watch it whenever you want.
I watch Young Sheldon. A lot of people don't like The Big Bang Theory or didn't like The Big Bang Theory. I liked it. And Young Sheldon is a spinoff of that. I like that too. Better Call Saul, the spinoff from Breaking Bad, that's on AMC. I watch that, but I don't watch none of them on cable because I don't like. We have cable at the house, but the only time we watch cable is during football season.
Yeah,
like that's it. Everything else we watch is on like Netflix, excuse me, or Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, or Vudu. The Vudu app. If I buy movies, I probably buy digitally on Vudu. Shit like that, or I download a torrent, put it on a flash drive, and plug in the TV and play it from there, or on the TV. Like I watched Jay and Silent Bob reboot last night on the TV from the laptop. Yeah, they don't make shows like that no more.
They don't.
And a lot of and shit like they're rebooting a lot of shit. Like Fuller House was on Netflix. I watched that because I watched Full House as a kid. Like,
I didn't check
like,
that out.
I grew up kind of ghetto, per se. So I watched that kind of shit because that was like the perfect family. Like their family problems was solved in a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
Shit that wasn't gonna happen in my house.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I was like, oh, I like this shit. This is like in a perfect world. This is how families are, type shit.
Well, I think it was kind of nice back then too because things were a lot more pure. Everything wasn't so out there. Like you can't watch anything now without it being over sexualized or too much violence and things like this. Back then, it was just a storyline. It always had a good ending, and it was a feel good type of situation. Now everything we're exposed to is negative. I'm not sure that there's too much out there that you would want your kids to see. I wouldn't want my kids watching a lot of the shit that they have out right now. I don't even like the music that a lot of the mainstream music you're hearing. If I had a daughter, there's no fucking way I'd let her listen to that stuff. But it was a lot more wholesome, and I think it had a lesson.
Kids definitely grow up a lot faster today than they did in our generation.
Oh, it's insane.
Because it's like I was saying, I said before, I told you before, our generation was the last generation to have a cool ass childhood, like playing outside.
We got to be kids.
Like
the most naked you would see is if you got into your dad's like porn magazines.
Exactly.
Where you found
now
his VHS.
Now kids can have tablets and they're on Pornhub and shit.
10-year-olds with iPhones, like watching whatever they want. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm glad my kids are grown.
Yeah. Parents nowadays want to be their children's friend.
Well,
I almost feel like parent because they're afraid to hurt their kids' feelings.
Even if you're a good
Fuck
parent,
that, cry,
though,
you little insensitive son of a bitch.
Even if you're a good parent, though, I think it's almost impossible to keep them away from it. It's impossible because it's everywhere. It's in print media. It's on the radio. It's on TV. It's in their face. Everywhere they go, you can't escape it. So you're constantly talking to your children about adult topics. And back then, when we were kids, it wasn't like that. There was a standard, and you knew respect, and you didn't
get like
manners.
You didn't know about certain shit till you were a certain age.
No, unless you had like a bad cousin.
Yeah, that's how I was. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like
I was the bad cousin.
I had 2 cousins, Gary and Greg, really, really close. They're like my older brother, but they weren't really that much older than me. Like my cousin he's like 4 years older than me. My cousin Gary's like 4 years older than me. My cousin Greg's like 3.5 years older than me. Like 3.5, 4.5 years, right, apart. So of course they knew about everything first because they were so much older, or older than me, and then so they taught me. So I knew about sex and all that shit in kindergarten.
Yeah,
I'm in kindergarten talking about hard-ons and shit like that. And we had our kindergarten teacher, Miss Gillis, who's I'm sure she's dead. She was old when I was in kindergarten, but she, like, I'll be 40 this year, so there was still corporal punishment in school growing up.
Yeah.
Well, until I went to 8th grade. Up until 8th grade, like teacher could whip your ass, basically.
Yeah.
So Miss Gillis had employed all types of techniques to get children to settle down. She had the magic rope. She had one of those long ass jump ropes, and she would tie you or wrap you around it and your chair. But she wouldn't do it tight, but she would do it just so you would stay in your chair. Nowadays, that kid,
That would
be
be
like
child abuse.
Yeah, nowadays be child abuse, and they'll be like, "Oh, that kid was fidgety because he got ADD or ADHD or some shit." No, we're just some badass motherfucking kids.
Well, I don't know. Our generation sucked as parents, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
It's a little bit of
I think a lot of it has to do with mass media. I do blame mass media for a lot of the problems.
technology, media.
Technology ruined it. We come from a
it's-
time we didn't even have internet in school until I was like, I think a junior or a senior, and we just were getting it, and it was like dial up and super slow, so you could never do anything on it. Anyway.
Yeah, shit.
But we had Primeco phones where you had to pay for your minutes and shit. It was just like ridiculous. You remember that?
Yeah, my the first cell phone that I had actually was a Motorola StarTAC. Me and Frankie the Butcher used to work at Foot Locker in Woodmar Mall in Hammond. So Frankie was a manager, and he hired me to basically run the stockroom. So half the day I'd be in the stockroom, and the other half I'd work lease line, which was you just stand in front of the store, and you walk back and forth trying to get people to come in. He took my tampon to school. No, I did not take her tampon to school. This is what I did. I took a whole box of pads. I took a whole box of panty liners to school. I opened them all up. I took the little the sticky blocker part off, the little paper off the sticky part, and I put them all on the fucking brick wall outside the school.
Oh my God.
Yes, it wasn't tampon, Mom. It was a whole box of fucking panty liners.
I would have beat your ass.
Yeah. I was like in third grade. I did because I was just a little fucking asshole, so it didn't fucking matter. But
terror.
Yeah. But it's a combination of the parenting, technology, media, lack of parenting. Like, if there are two parents in the household, 99 times out of 10 they both work.
Yeah.
So the kid basically does whatever they want. Like, I had no parental supervision. My mom worked nights a lot when I was growing up, bartending, shit like that, working at or managing pizza places. So they closed at 2-3 in the morning.
Mhm.
Like, she worked at Verona Pizza in Hammond for a long time. They closed at like 2:00, so, and even when she got home, she got lit, and we had a decent sized house. So I'd be in my bedroom or I'd be in the basement or whatever. And my house was a party house growing up. My mom's going to kill me that I'm saying all this shit, but like, it was a party house, people were always getting fucked up. We always had people living there, family living there. My aunt, her brother, sisters, whatever. There was always somebody living there. I was exposed to a lot of shit as a child. Like my music taste is very eclectic. My mom would be listening to classic rock upstairs. My aunt's downstairs listening to R&B and early hip hop. Her brother's on the other side of the basement. He's listening to rap. Me and Critical, rest in peace, my boy Andrew Jones, the Reaper. We were listening to rap. I don't even know what Frank would listen to, but like, we were real eclectic too, because we listened to a lot of house, freestyle, and early rap, as kids.
Yeah.
So music was real ingrained. Like, when we look back at it now, it only makes sense that we do music, that we work in the industry.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I mentioned before, the only thing I know is fucking music shit, weed shit, fucking street shit. So it's really a fine line, and you can combine all of them together legally in California.
Yeah.
Indiana still want to be. I was driving down the street the other day, and I seen a McDermott for Congress sign, and I hope he wins. I hope McDermott wins. He's done a lot of good shit for Hammond. But I was hoping he was going to run for governor, because I don't think a Republican's going to legalize weed in this state unless somebody he knows owns an interest in a marijuana company that would profit from it becoming legal.
Yeah.
Because Holcomb's really against it, but
we have Karen Talion who's
Yeah.
from the area. She's pushing legislation really, really hard right now. I do think eventually we'll get there, but we're going to be way at the end of the game. And once we get there, I think that we're going to follow more the Illinois way, where it's going to be ridiculously fucking expensive. The taxes are going to be crazy. Like,
Well, that's not going to last long. That's not going to last long in Illinois. They're going now.
that's what they said about fucking property taxes in Illinois too. It never changed.
They did it in California, but then they pushed through a bill that lowered the taxes and everything because.
And Cali's all over the place because it's like every year they change it.
Now, here it is.
The
Here's the thing in
legislation changes
California.
completely in California. Like you have to
It was
stay on
hard.
top of it.
I did not vote for the legalization of marijuana in California. I didn't vote for it. Sorry. True's gonna pop up in the comments if he's fucking listening and point out my little mispronunciations. But I didn't vote for it because the bill is bullshit. Weed's been medically legal in California since 1996. They had a big network of co-ops and dispensaries
Mhm.
that were Prop 215 dispensaries that had been running for years and years and years. So here comes legalization. Bullshit. So, but since the bill was so bullshit, and even though it was voted in and weed is legal there now, recreationally and medically, the black market is thriving because of the taxes and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I take it back. Unless I'm in San Francisco, I never go to a legal dispensary. It's always mom and pop shop.
Yeah, I agree.
So fuck that shit, because it's kind of like Vegas. Vegas is very, very weed friendly now since it's legal there, but everything's pre-packaged so early that it's dry as fuck by the time you buy it, open it up, and start smoking.
Yeah,
So it's like
I have noticed that.
the last time I was there,
Within a few days, the shit's like powder.
I bought shit that was packaged like 2.5 months before,
Mhm.
and it's good in the packaging.
Where is it coming from? Are they bringing that from Cali?
No, it's
Are they growing it there?
yes. Under the Nevada laws, all the weed that they have there has to be grown in Nevada.
I always wondered if they're, because the states are connected, if they allowed like, interstate transportation or.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. But you could drive from Vegas all the way through California, through Oregon, into Washington, and it's legal the whole way.
Yeah.
So you don't got to worry about driving with it on you. Like I was driving to Vegas one time,
I've done it.
like last year. And I'm like, man, let me hide this weed. And I was like, what? Why you hide the weed?
Yeah.
It's legal. You're good,
But it's still not legal to be like just blowing and riding though.
Well, no.
They'll give
Smoking
you a
and riding
DUI
is
for
still
that
not
shit.
good. Shout out to my boy Alex Salazar. He's tuning in. He grew up with us too and shit like that. He just reminded me of some shit. He said RTFA. Like I've been doing music forever. Like I had groups, like me and Frankie the Butcher, RTFA. Me and my dude Mike Fuentes that grew up with us. We had one called RTMF. Like it was crazy. Like it's like I didn't know what else to do, so I gravitated towards music naturally, and then I got into like movie and TV show shit while I was living in Vegas. You remember that shit, bro? But that trip down memory lane was pretty cool. I had even though my childhood was rough by some standards, I had fun. I didn't know I was like kind of poor because basically everybody I grew up around was kind of poor.
Well, I think that's like the common denominator in everybody in this area. If you're from the region, you haven't had it easy, so to speak, in most areas.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, all of us are kind of in the same predicament growing up. But I think back when we were growing up, there wasn't as much opportunity as there is now with all the retail and things like that. Like back then, men were supporting the families, women were staying home for the most part. And men could only work in the mill or they worked a trade. That was it. There wasn't anything else to do. So back then, you had to be resilient and you had to be able to adapt to different situations, because the next town over, you know, you could grow up in Gary and go right over 20 to Portage, and it's a completely different fucking experience back then.
Totally different.
I mean, we were afraid to cross county line when I was a kid, and we were from Lake Station and Glen Park, and we didn't even like crossing that street because we were afraid of these people, because we weren't used to that lifestyle. But I think now we're looking at that on a broader spectrum. So we were talking earlier about artists, and I think that's where people get stuck, because they get complacent here and they get comfortable here, instead of realizing that there's a lot bigger spectrum out there and an audience out there than this area.
Exactly. That's what they don't understand. But yeah, I love my childhood, and loving my childhood brings me to this. We're like, this show flowed pretty well. Of course, the hiccups, we always have hiccups on this motherfucker, and I think we're going to continue to have hiccups until the back half of Villain Radio is finished and we got the podcast studio done and all that shit, which will be soon, real soon. I'm going to get back there and start working on that later this week. But in a second, Indy's going to go ahead and he's going to play the Villain Radio intro video, and Critical is going to be performing Self-Made as we bring this week's edition of Villain Radio Show to an end. It's fucking almost 9:30. We're about to have the quarantine kickback. Were you able to get peach schnapps, Frankie? I'm gonna get drunk tonight on Vegas bombs. We'll probably be going live later on VillainRadio.live. You can get a glimpse of the shenanigans. I'm gonna go ahead and take all the fucking hardware home, and fucking we'll go live and play music and shit and all that good shit for y'all, if y'all are up, because some of you guys can't come because you might have the virus, so sorry. But Critical about to perform, so he needs to get up out the chair and come grab the microphone. Jesus, what up, young Gerald? G Scott's tuned in. G Scott's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do my homework.
He's been sending me music since 2009, and he's never.
I mean, of course, I've heard of him. I'm just not familiar with like a lot of his music.
He's never sent me anything that I was like, oh, that's bullshit, bro. Everything he sent me has been pretty like, oh, I like that. So we're gonna switch cameras. Oh, fuck you. Well, whatever, Andy. We're gonna get into this shit. Go ahead and hit that intro. Off the forthcoming album 11, Critical 219, Self-Made.
I was told trust some, can't trust everyone. I'm glad I'm a bust, so I get the devils to run. You the one does, cause that is what you will become. Get the point like a tusk, or you can get thrown in the trunk. Yeah, ever since I was young and husky, always been all about the money. Paper route up before it's sunny. To the letters like a bunny. Gotta fill up my shorty tummy. Sleep when I'm damaged just like a mummy. Yeah. Everything that I done went through, God bless me like a tissue. I ain't end up like a stencil. Gonna email no utensils. Give me chopped Gillette against you. All you believe is like a minstrel. I be self-made, yeah. I be self-paid, yeah. I be on my job, yeah. I ain't working day, yeah. Keep it near 100. Never 98, yeah. Ain't about the dollars. Tell me what you say, yeah. I be self-made, yeah. I be self-paid, yeah. I be on my job, yeah. I ain't working day, yeah. Keep it near 100. Never 98, yeah. Ain't about the dollars. Tell me what you say, yeah. Tell me what you say. I ain't here straight. Yeah, my time is money. And your ass is laid. Tell me what you say. I ain't here straight. Yeah, my time is money. And your ass is laid. On the grind all the time, no days off. I'm by my porcupine, I ain't soft. I'ma shine and the blind gon' get lost. I
fine line and the pine like it's golf. Came from the mud, there was no love. You moving drugs and you moving slugs. People was tripping, but there ain't no rugs. We gigs could be crazy, but we isn't done. Sharing my bed with a couple of bugs. That's how you live growing up in the slums. Stressing the pain, leaving emotions on numb. Yeah. So I would die for mine, lie for mine, ride for mine. One thing I won't do in life is drop it down. Yeah. This life will come, I won't leave behind. But a legacy of a strong mind. My soul straight just like a line. Cause I be self-made, yeah. I be self-paid, yeah. I be on my job, yeah. I ain't work a day, yeah. Keep it near 100, never 98, yeah. Ain't about the dollars, tell me what you say, yeah. I be self-made, yeah. I be self-paid, yeah. I be on my job, yeah. I ain't work a day, yeah. Keep it near 100, never 98, yeah. Ain't about the dollars, tell me what you say, yeah. Tell me what you say. I ain't here to stray. Yeah, my time is money, and your ass is laid. Tell me what you say. I ain't here to stray. Yeah, my time is money, and your ass is laid.
Yeah, Critical 219. Let me switch this camera over right quick as we close out the show. I want to thank Lori G.
Thanks for having me.
For stopping on through. Frankie the Butcher. Frankie the Intern. Frankie the Slow Ass.
Frankie's awesome.
Critical 219. Shout out to my brother for blessing the debut of Tuesday Night Live. As we close out the show, we're going to play one more song. Hollow Gang Bug. Featuring Critical 219. King of the Streets. I don't know. Hey, Indy, you guys doing link up this week?
You will have the return of the link up this week, as well as the beat battle, NWI beat battle, Saturday night.
Saturday night. Yes, Saturday night. What time to start?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock Saturday night. You can stream it live on Facebook or the Nerd Mix channel on YouTube, youtube.com/NerdMixAlpha. We have an undercard this week. Who's the undercard?
Just Tracks and Rise.
Okay, and then that leads into the main event. Motherfucking T. Clark versus Super Producers Truancy. And there's a lot of there's a lot of animosity brewing, not like any like kind of hated animosity, but a lot of producer animosity, like
Clark coming for True Throat.
Oh yeah, he is, but
and True might be overlooking Clark because he done called out Jesse Black.
True ain't overlooking shit, because I get to the studio today and I thought this whole time nobody's been here. I walk in the back and True's been here working because all his shit was here. So he's been here working by himself, and when he's in here by himself, he's usually here for like a day and a half. So
but is he working on the beat battle?
He's working. He's gonna have some shit. So it's gonna be pretty dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
But
I'm looking forward to it.
We got the beat battle this week, starting at 8 o'clock. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. Then we're gonna follow it up on Sunday night with Unpopular Opinion. We'll be back here next Tuesday. It's gonna be a little different because Indy won't be producing the show on Tuesdays while he's back to work. But we're gonna do it a little. It'll be basically the same because I'll be running it, but the co-host will be helping out a little bit more. We had a couple difficulties today. Lori had to come join me in here instead of where the co-host will be in the sound room. But there'll be a little bit of better setup next week now that I know the setup that I had wasn't going to work. So thanks for tuning in. Indy's going to bring up the graphic. We're going to play King of the Streets. And then VillainRadio.live in a little bit for the quarantine kickback. Here it is. Hollow Gang Bug, Critical 219, King of the Streets.
killing this shit. Somebody better try and stop me now. I'm the king of the streets, nigga. Bitch, I'm the king of the streets. I make certified street bangers, niggas know I'm with it big. Names in my section tell you I ain't nothing timid. Pop clutch, get grinded, nigga push it to the limit. No emblems on the whip, chrome lips, window city. I'm 6'3", 285. Who really want it with me? 6 feet, tool in the ride, ain't no one on it with me. This year I'ma be a problem, fuck being humble. You put my back against the wall, so now I'm nothing but trouble. Y'all ain't even up ahead of my dogs. How the fuck you gon' try and charge me for a verse? And bitch, I'm better than y'all. There I said it and I meant it on God. Play me pussy, I'ma send him to the heavens with the men in the squad. I'm something serious in the vicious, but hold the applause. You on your periods, act like bitches that vote for the law. On that pyramid, this is business, I wrote for the squad. Earned stripes in this battlefield, I show you my scars, my nigga.
I've been on the grind and I'm working for phones. Always in the streets, cause I ain't ever home. The seed is concrete, but to me it's a throne. Heavy he who is the crown, I'm blessed a child that hold his own. Yeah, I'm the king of the street. Yeah, I'm the king of the streets, though. I'm the king of the street. King of the street. King of the street.
Hey, yo, I'm sick with it. Sick vicious, a fucking pit with it. Bitch, listen, so legit, I leave their head spinning. I'm tired hearing how y'all spray the whole clip. Let's check my resume. I'm walking up and spray the whole whip. Home invasions, attempted murders, and arson and shit. Possession with intent to DEA could get off my dick. Them charges won't stick. Harassment's what I'm following with. Run up in my crib, all you gon' find my bitch and my kids. That's it. No discipline in the streets. How you niggas is talking? Your body language telling me to proceed with precaution. You running high when you feeling like niggas is watching. Going savage, established he was one of the hardest. Ravage the average, scavenge through all of their apartments. Manage the manners of maggots in the hidden compartment. Label me heartless, regardless, all I am is an artist. Just keep your distance, you never know what's tucked in my garments,
I've
nigga.
been on the grind and I'm working for phones. Always in the streets, cause I ain't ever home. The seed is concrete, but to me it's a throne. Heavy he who is the crown, I'm blessed a child that hold his own. Yeah, I'm the king of the street. King of the street. Yeah, I'm the king of the streets, though. I'm the king of the street. King of the street. King of the street. Yeah, I'm the king of the streets, though. I'm the king of the street. King of the street.